OpenAI says its AI system hacked another AI company on its own in what the company called an unprecedented cyber incident. Now, the CEO of the hacked company says they relied on tech from a Chinese AI startup as a key part of their defense. Now, this AI breach, though, is raising questions about AI safety and the state of the U.S.-China AI race. I want to bring in Mashable tech editor Tim Werth. Tim, can you put this hack into context for us? What happened and what does it mean for AI security? I want to note that nothing nefarious happened, but OpenAI was able to get into their systems.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we've known for a while now, Anthropic, OpenAI, they have these new frontier models that are extraordinarily good at hacking, at cybersecurity coding. So OpenAI was testing one of these models in a secure research environment. And as part of that, they took away some of the safeguards, as you do when you're testing. And without those safeguards, this model essentially broke out of the secure research environment, accessed the internet, and decided the best way to solve its task was to hack this third-party company, Hugging Face. Uh, and obviously, that's troubling for a great number of reasons, but it really confirms what AI companies in the US have been saying, that their latest models are extraordinarily capable, and that's going to have huge ramifications for cybersecurity.
Now, the speed of AI development here in the U.S. is really being pushed by national security concerns surrounding China and AI, our biggest competitor. So where do things stand in the U.S. AI race with China? It's complicated, as we reported, that they use a Chinese company to actually help with the cyber attack on this from OpenAI. But then also, Chinese companies are selling some of their AI technology to U.S. customers at a cheaper rate. So where does this stand with us?
Yeah, it's really complicated. So, to use the OpenAI hack example, the only way to respond to, an AI that's hacking is to use AI, of course, right? So these companies have to be using artificial intelligence models and they have to be able to afford them, right? And, where China has been able to gain an edge is by producing these open source, open weight models that are much more cost effective. They're much more affordable for companies to run. So that's where they've been gaining an edge. Unfortunately, U.S. officials today said that some of those Chinese models were made, perhaps illegally. They call it distillation by essentially stealing some of the secrets from, OpenAI or Anthropic by reverse engineering some of their technology. So it's very tense right now. The U.S. I've heard people talking about potentially maybe we should ban access to some of these Chinese models. That's an extreme step. I don't know that that's actually going to happen because, like I said, these companies need cost-effective AI models, and right now that's mostly coming from China.
I want to cover some other tech news with you today. Samsung showed off its latest foldable phones and wearable tech today. What did they unveil?
Yeah. So I was at one of these events. They've got a ton of really cool new foldables. So it's actually really exciting to me personally. I'm a big fan of foldables. These devices are no longer a novelty. They're actually really, really impressive. You'll no longer see that crease in the middle of the screen. I'm personally a big fan of this pink flip phone you'll see here. I've been showing this off to everyone today. It has a very satisfying snap when you close it. So Samsung has three new foldables. They're very impressive, but they're expensive. They start at $1,200 and go up to $2,100.
Whoa.
So that's a big ask, right? Especially in this economy. So they're very cool, but they do come at a cost.
Yeah, well, yeah, real quick though, why are they so expensive? Is that because of the cost of chips or the new technology, the gear?
Dropping up to 2,000.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So the sorry, I think my new phone is talking to me. Part
I
of the
knew I was
reason they're
talking
so
about her.
expensive is the global memory crisis, as you alluded to. Yeah, just the RAM is so expensive, and yeah, that's not going to change anytime soon.
All right, we'll see how that affects other companies with their new products coming out this year. Tim Werth, thanks so much.